Okay guys, so this evening we have for you another new boot, one that has been waited for quite a while, so we're going to go ahead and share it for the very first time. We have our evoSPEED 1K firm ground in white Limoges ribbon red. This one's a 10.5, that one's the one I'm going to be wearing. But we actually took another pair of them out for a run earlier today, and I'm going to preface this actually before I show you anything by telling you this is the single most comfortable boot I have worn in probably the last 2 years. I want to say the closest thing to it, at least for my foot, was probably, well actually, maybe not 2 years. I did like the Adi Power an awful lot. But this one right here is absolutely just the most comfortable boot there is available to you right now. So, this is the lead colorway. This is the one that Kun Aguero has been wearing. Which obviously, as we all know, is the one they've been throwing a lot of marketing dollars at. So you can see for yourself. We have up here what they call the Duo Flex forefoot right there. Which actually, the interesting thing about the Duo Flex is really that it actually provides flexion in the studs, which is kind of funny. Not really used to that, and it definitely, you actually can feel it. It's kind of strange, but it's a feeling that I didn't find altogether unpleasant. So that's at least a plus. But heel counter on there is obviously brand new. Actually, big improvement over the V111. I'm actually sporting my V111 gear today. But a big improvement over the V111 only because it's not as bulky, it's not as cumbersome, and actually this bar right here, this little apparatus right over the top of the heel counter is actually really quite comfortable. It really cups your heel pretty well. Another thing about these, on top of being extremely comfortable, if you have a wide foot, I know this is going to sound really surprising to people, but these things fit wide feet really well. They snug up very nicely through the midfoot. You look at it, just kind of eye it straight on. It does not look like the kind of boot that's going to fit a wide foot in your midfoot, but actually I have kind of a high arch, so it kind of it occupies a lot of space up here, whereas down here not so much. The forefoot actually feels pretty wide, but only because it stretches like crazy. The material in the upper, these are obviously the kangaroo leather ones. The kangaroo leather ones actually kind of show a great deal more quality than the synthetics, and I'll get to that in a minute. But here you also have the new evoSPEED sock liner, which is awesome. It is contoured very nicely to your foot. You can kind of see the shape of it right here. Comes right up in the midfoot there. I know a lot of sock liners do that, so it's not a huge deal, but has this nice reinforcing cushion right underneath here, kind of like the Cushlon or the alternative there that Adidas uses, but it is extremely comfortable even for gents such as myself who put a lot of pressure on the bottom of their feet, really on the balls of my feet, like right through here. This is obviously mirroring kind of the shape of the Duo Flex there in the forefoot. Makes a huge difference, but like I said, extremely comfortable. That is awesome. On top of that, we also have the upper itself, and this is where we'll get into talk about the synthetics. I am not even going to show you a synthetic because I don't want you to buy a synthetic. I love all you guys so much that I'm just going to tell you, don't wear the synthetics, straight up. Got to feel it for the first time about 6 months ago when we saw samples and everything, and the synthetics seemed really cheap and cheesy to me then. Got my hands on the first pair of synthetics, and the upper is just terrible. The upper on these is definitely a thin leather, but it has a lot of stretch to it. It kind of reminds me of the King SL as far as the material on the upper goes, but it's actually a little bit softer, and it's really pliable. It's really just a flexible leather. It's really comfortable. This is obviously the color you're going to be seeing in the Olympics too a lot, which is kind of cool. It's across the whole Puma footwear line, so you're going to see Usain Bolt running in this color and all that kind of good stuff. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool. We have another color we're going to show you tomorrow. You can get your eyes, obviously, take a look at that for the first time. It's kind of got, they were kind of being silly with the stud design here and put like little fingerprints on each stud. They are not indeed fingerprints. They are not unique from one shoe to the next. Another cool thing about the heel studs, as you can see, it's kind of a conical hybrid, I should say conical bladed hybrid. There's really not much blade feel to it. You're not getting that style of traction. You're not getting the kind of cutting, tearing traction that you get with blades. These are really more conical in nature than anything else. The heel studs, though, the cool thing about the heel studs is that they have that same sort of flexion, and honestly, you can really spring off these things. It sounds strange, but when you're running, they have a really nice push to them when you're backpedaling. I don't know, it's strange to put into words, but you feel it for yourself the first time you run on them. But anyway, these shoes, as I say, overall, I'm not one who's big into giving grades, but if I had to give them marks, I would say extremely high ones, because they are just supremely comfortable. They are really kind of cool to look at, too. Another thing I missed, sorry about that, but you have this suede heel touch right on the interior of the shoe as well, so it just kind of grabs your foot a little bit more. But like I said, not one for grading. If I had to grade, it would be a pretty awesome grade. Like if we're talking out of 10, it's going to be Heinz. Really, really comfortable. Does exactly what they say they're going to do. They weigh in at, if I'm not mistaken, and there's a real chance that I could be, they weigh in at just under 7 ounces, which is terrific. There's really not much heft to them. I mean, when you pick up the box, actually, you can really tell. There's really just, you know, nothing to them. But anyway, definitely check them out. They are most definitely worth a look. Extremely, extremely comfortable. If you're gonna, you know, go to the store and try something on, don't leave these out. It's worth it to you, trust me. They are really just an awesome shoe. I don't know if I can say enough about these things. Puma did a really good job with the V111s, but I think the evoSPEEDs just really knock them out of the park. So check them out. You can find them at We Got Soccer. They have an, I'll put some links down in the comments. You can see it for yourself. But they are available and ready for shipping, so definitely take a look. And don't forget to check out my blog over at onsidereviews.com. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.